Hello and welcome to Bourbon Forage Fishing. Fun side by side today. I'm running low, almost run out of this Willet Purple Top 8-year at 54 ABV. I absolutely love it. And I'm curious how it will hold up to really a staple in a similar alcohol percentage, and that is the Weller Full Proof at 57%. Similar proofs within 3%. Similar price range on secondary, although retail in Washington State for the Purple Top, I think, is like $300. It's ridiculous. It's overpriced for sure. And I think the full proof is 75, maybe 70, 75. So, but I know on secondary this goes as much as, I think online they're selling for like $300, which is crazy. This is not a $300 bottle. Neither is this. So let's compare these two bad boys. Weller here, Willet here. Battle of the W's. They're both weeded. Let's go. The Willet looks a little darker. I don't know if you can tell. I'll hold it up to the light. The Willet is definitely a little darker than the Weller. The Weller is maple syrup, cherry with this really nice funky funk. I guess people a lot of times with Buffalo Trace say sour cherry. I think that funk is the sour. We can call it sour cherry. Sour cherry maple syrup. Smells incredible, actually. It's not super dark, kind of light. Let's go to the Willet now, on my right. This smells a little bit darker. This is like Fruity Pebbles with all the different fruits mixed in. Definitely candy kind of fruits. Or cereal fruits, which is close to candy. Man, that smells good. And there's some nut and tobacco influence. It's a little bit darker than the Weller Full Proof on the nose. Back to the Weller. Yeah, this is definitely lighter and gentler and more subtle. The sour of the cherry sticks out, along with the maple syrup. This smells a little older and denser and darker. I would say I actually prefer the Purple Top on the nose. There's just a little bit more going on, and there's some darker notes, which I tend to like those darker notes if they're done right. All right, let's go into the palate on the Weller Full Proof. Lots of cherry, medicinal cherry almost, maple syrup. Then there's some yummy, like nutty, like subtle nutty funkiness that shows up at the end of the mid and goes into the finish. And I think it's the malt, but the malt has a nutty kind of vibe to it. It's really good. Let's try that again. Sweet cherry. Sweet cherry with some yummy, savory nuttiness in there. Some funk. Man, that's good. Whew, that's delicious. Weller's actually my least favorite of the Buffalo Trace products, but I still love it. Let's go into the Willet. Wow, so unique. Yeah, a mixture of various fruit candies, some delicious nuttiness, some tobacco. Initial impression, kind of disappointed on the palate. The sweetness didn't come through until about the end of the mid to the finish. There's a bit of a bitterness compared to the Weller, which surprised me. I always thought this was very sweet, but you know, Buffalo Trace stuff is so very sweet compared to other bourbons. Let's do one more. So the flavors don't come through as strongly on the palate with the Willet as they do with the Weller. Like, I can taste the flavors that I smell there, but they don't come through as vibrant and alive as with the Weller. Let's go back and see. This definitely smells lighter and more delicate compared. Now that I've drank the Willet. That sour cherry really there. Sweet. Huh, those almost don't mix well. Those don't mix very well. I should have drank water in between. This is sweeter. There's that nuttiness that shows up. Damn, that's good. The flavor comes through more in terms of sweetness, which I like a lot. The sour cherry is very dominant, especially after drinking the Willet. And yeah, this is just a sweeter experience. And the flavors are more intense, but they're more intense in sweetness. Like it's not, it's almost like sugared compared to the Willet Purple Top. It's really wild. The Willet Purple Top, I definitely prefer the nose. The nose on this Willet Purple Top is incredible. All right, back down the chute. Yeah, the flavors, although I would probably prefer the flavors of the Willet Purple Top, they're sort of muted compared to the Weller Foolproof. This might be why people like Buffalo Trace so much. There's such an intense sweetness of flavor with the Weller Foolproof. And this feels like muted. The flavor isn't as vibrant, isn't as strong, isn't as sweet. And I think I prefer the Weller Foolproof, actually. The nose on this is incredible. It's like, if the nose of this could translate to stronger and sweeter flavors, it would be incredible. Yeah, there's a bit of bitterness here. I'm going to do another splash of the Weller Foolproof. So I think I like the Weller Foolproof more. I actually washed my mouth out with water this time, which I should have done. You should always do. You should always do that religiously when you're doing side-by-sides. Yeah, sweet medicinal cherry. Maple syrup, some funky goodness. Yeah, I think I like the Weller Foolproof more. The Willet, if it could translate what it has on the nose into more sweetness of flavor, would win, I think, easily. But the flavor is sort of muted compared to the sweetness of the Weller, and sort of dull and muted and kind of like slightly bitter. These fruits that you smell, which we think would be just ultra sweet, like Pop Rocks level sweetness, don't come through in the level of sweetness like the Weller does. It's still a very good bourbon, but yeah, so there it is for sure. Weller Foolproof wins. It beats the Willet Purple Top. If you can get these at retail price, obviously easily you can buy 3 of these to every one of these you get. Not really comparable. This is not a $300 bottle. I love this bottle so much. I don't think it's got real great reviews online, but I think it's kind of underrated. It's an amazing nose, but this is not a $300 bottle, folks. I'm putting it next to the Weller Foolproof too. I don't even know if this is a $130 bottle, if this is an $80 bottle, so hard to say. But you're at a bar and you got a choice between the two, go with the Weller Foolproof, man. Buffalo Trace, so hard to beat in blinds and head-to-heads. It's just amazing the level of sweetness they're able to get in their bourbons, and I think that's why they're so popular. It's just absolutely delicious stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully this was informative. Hopefully it helped you. Like, subscribe, comment down below, please. I appreciate it. It's Bourbon Forage Fishing you've been watching. Thank you and take care.